Hello darlings and welcome back to Miss Windsor's Delectables. And today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to make a foolproof Victorian boiled fruitcake. First of all, I'm just going to go through the ingredients and the equipment that you need. You need your scales, you need your big pan because you're going to boil that fruitcake ingredients up, a Pyrex measuring jug, okay, a wooden spoon, always handy in the kitchen, a spatula, a skewer, a zester, a knife and a measuring spoon, okay, for the spices and the bicarb, and you need a bowl which you're going to soak your fruit in. So first of all, measure your fruit. This has to be done an hour before you actually start the cake. Okay, so I've got 600 grams of mixed fruit in here, raisins, sultanas and candied peel. You're going to put that into this lovely vintage bowl here. This is a TG green bowl, stands for Thomas Green, and they were made in Derbyshire. They started around the 1860s, and it's called a grip stand. You can actually tip it to the side, and it's used to beat mixture or to whisk. Then what one will do there, you would pour orange juice over it. Oh yes, only the best darling would do. So I have the fruit that's been soaking in orange juice for an hour. So it's lovely and moist, okay? So I'm now just going to drain it. As you can see, the fruit has gone all nice and plump and moist. That will go into our big saucepan. Always keep a clean kitchen, darlings. You know Miss Windsor likes that. Alright, so any spills, clean it up. With a girl's best friend, which is not diamonds, it's kitchen roll. So going into the mixture you need 180 grams of brown sugar. In that goes. You need 225 ml of water. As part of the raisin agent, 1 heaped teaspoon of bicarbonate soda. Then the flavour. So 2 heaped teaspoons of ginger, cinnamon, 2 heaped teaspoons of cinnamon. Be careful, don't spill, otherwise there'll be consequences. Then I like about 4 heaped teaspoons of ground allspice, okay? This really infuses the mixture with the flavour. This makes it lovely and spicy. 150 grams of, oh, let me just clean this up a minute, darlings, because I can't bear it to have a mess. Okay, so 150 grams of butter. I use Anchor unsalted. Make sure it's unsalted, okay? Right, what I like about the butter packs nowadays is that they have these little measuring gauges on there. So you can actually get your knife and cut at 50 grams, 100 grams, 150. So we need 150 grams. So I get my knife, cut it there. Okay, the surplus of the butter you want to keep because you're going to grease your pan with that. Chop into cubes, don't have it too chunky. Alright darlings, here we go. Okay, that's fine. And now you need to zest an orange and lemon. So nice and firm, not too soft, otherwise you can't get that zester peeler thing on it, can you? So right, here we go. There we are. So zest the whole orange, and you will use the juice of this at the end, and I'll show you what we're going to do, because we want to have this cake lovely and moist. Be sure not to get the pith in there, because that would taste sour. Now I'm going to go for the lemon, okay, whole lemon. And now we're going to boil up the ingredients. Put it on high, the highest heat. Just give it a good stirring to get all those flavours and ingredients mixed up. Now, while that is boiling, I'm just going to talk through the type of tin that you need to use for this, and also how to prepare your tin for baking. Put everything aside. Again, we're a bit limited on space, but I like a cosy kitchen. Okay darlings, so this is the kind of tin that I use. It's quite thick. It's got Teflon non-stick base, but you don't have to have that because you're going to grease this up lovely, aren't you? To make sure it slips out at the end. Line the bottom of it with baking parchment. Spread it out. Then you trace round, and then you cut out your circle, and you should have something like this. The circumference of this must be about 8.5 inches. So I am now going to use just a little bit of the baking parchment. Oh look, we're frothing up a little bit. So you get this. Alright, now this is a bit hard, this butter. Okay, so you need to put some welly into it. So you have something that looks like that. Then put in your circle. So you have something that looks like that. Now, Miss Windsor has just been a little bit absent-minded. Forgot to tell you at the start. I preheated the oven to 160 degrees fan. And if you haven't got a fan oven, it's 180. And make sure you have the middle shelf ready because that's where you're going to bake it. Okay, now we are starting to boil up. Oh, this is lovely, absolutely beautiful. You want to bring that to the boil. Let it boil for about a minute or so. You basically want to soften everything up now and infuse all the flavours into that lovely, moist, plump fruit. Okay, then turn that off. That's all you need. Like I said, this is foolproof. Okay, anyone can do this, and you can use this cake as a Christmas cake, afternoon tea cake. It's beautiful, it's just divine. Right, take that off, and you want to leave it to cool. You don't need that long, about half an hour or so, and it should look like this. All the ingredients are now infused together. The dried fruit is probably now very, very moist because you've soaked it, and now it's been boiled. So now we've got 2 eggs. And we're going to crack both the eggs into the mixture. One at a time actually. Beat it in. Okay, don't worry, it won't look like it's been scrambled in there. It'll be beaten in correctly. Get the air in there. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, fresh egg goes in. Alright, don't get any shell in there. It's thickened up the mixture a little bit. That's what we want. There we go. Now you need 150 grams of plain flour. I like to use McDougall's. It's an old English household name brand, been around since the 1800s, founded by the McDougall brothers, and they make, in my opinion, the best flour. Now I'm going to sift this into the mixture, okay? There you go, give it a good shake. We need 150 grams of self-raising flour. McDougall's, they were the first to patent a substitute for yeast, thus creating self-raising flour. Okay, sift this into the mixture because you don't want it clumpy. You want this to be nice and light going in, and so it mixes well. Okay, there we go. Clean up along the way. Does help at the end when you're left with lots of washing up and a kitchen full of utensils that have been used along the way. If you're anything like me, I used to use everything in the kitchen. Right, now you need to give this a good stir. Be careful for the flour not to fly everywhere because it's very, very talcum powder like now. It will start getting a little bit tough as the mixture starts to take shape. Okay, I'll just show you how it looks at the moment. So you want something like that. Make sure all that flour is mixed in. Right, here we go. Nice and thick. Really beautiful colour. This is what makes Victorian fruitcake. The secret ingredient is, or the magical ingredient actually, is not that secret, because I've already told you that we were going to save the orange till last. So we're going to use the juice of half an orange, and this is going to make it more moist and add some flavour to it as well. So squeeze that in. Give it a good squeeze, get all of it out. Now stir that in. So here you go. Hear it how it should look. Should be quite smooth and droppable. Right, now we're going to put that into our prepared tin. And for this also you'll need your spatula because you do not want to waste any of the ingredients. Right, it's quite heavy. So tip the ingredients in. As much out as you can with a wooden spoon. You might need the other implement now. Here we go. Right, I'm going to scrape it all out. Oh, whoops-a-daisy, look at that, I've wasted some. Okay. Oh dear, I'm being a mucky pup today, aren't I? Look at that. It's falling down the side of the dish. Okay, I'll give that a quick wipe. Right, so you have to wrap newspaper around it because that keeps it from going too brown too quickly and from going hard on top. So I've prepared some newspaper. Take two pages, fold it over twice, put it up against something so it doesn't flip off too badly. Well, nearly did. Get your string ready because you need to secure it. There we go, more newspaper, 2 pages, folded twice. Okay, round you go. This can be a bit tricky. Alright, here we go. So if you've got big hands, this will help you right now because you need to hold it like that. Cut yourself a bit of string. Here we go. Told you it's a bit tricky. Maybe you need 2 pairs of hands for this. Get your string, wrap it round, and then you need to pull it tight. There you go. Right. There you go. Pull it tight, wrap it round again. Okay, do it up in a little fancy bow. And then it's ready to go in the oven. You need about an hour, hour and 10 minutes. Alright. Start to check on it after an hour. It would have risen and it needs to be firm to the touch. And when you insert a skewer inside in the thickest part, darlings, and it comes out clean, you know it's ready. Remember health and safety. Put on a pair of oven gloves, alright? I'm going to open the oven door and put it on the middle shelf. There you go. And now you can go and have a cup of tea while you wait for your cake to be baked, darlings. Now your cake is baked for about an hour, hour and 10 minutes. You've done the skewer test, it's come out clean in the thickest part, and you check for firmness. Alright, and this is what it should look like. Here we go, look at that. Smells absolutely divine, so it's nice and spicy, nice and rich. Just a quick tip, so what you do when you get your cake out of the oven, do not tip it onto a wire rack straight away because you'll only just break the cake, it will just crumble. So darlings, Miss Windsor is going to set you some homework, just so I know you're playing along with me. According to the 1913 edition of the One Made Cookery Book, what lever item is a good investment? And I'll repeat that one more time. What lever item is a good investment? Please leave your comments below and stay tuned for the next video with the answer. So now I say farewell and tally-ho, darlings.